And we're live. Hello, everybody. All right, Plastodon Tristan, Mr. Mark Murrah. Hello. All right. It was a good barbecue. Although had some trouble getting the briquette started. We had old self-lighting briquettes that apparently went bad because the bag was open for too long. But the second batch worked just fine. All right, so guitar. Oh, there you go. The lighter fluid evaporated. Well, it's a good thing I got apparently a bunch of phlegm in my throat at the start of a new stream. Fantastic. Okay. Today is day... What? I'm going to turn this off. Something's making a noise somewhere, and I don't know what. Well, hopefully that's not coming through. Anyway, all right. So we are on what is this? Day 10. Yes, day 10 of Working Through Speed Mechanics for Lead Guitar by Troy Stetina. And I finally did go back. Or not go back. I went and listened to some of the audio from this. So, with these books, there's a code in the book so you can go listen to what was once put on the cassette tape. So, yeah, it also made me think about, some critiques or complaints I might have as far as things not being broken down enough for a lot of people. I've mentioned before, like, what limitations there might be, what he was allowed to put in the thing. I'm also thinking, just putting it all on a cassette, you had to have limits back then. Now, we don't have to have as many limits, and that's one thing I'm doing with the training programs I've been writing, and they're freaking massive and tons of stuff in there, but because listening to some of the tracks where he's demonstrating stuff, he's not giving any explanation on stuff. It's just like, here's this exercise, plays it. And sometimes he'd play it slow, sometimes it's just at a fast speed, sometimes it's with a drummer playing, possibly a metronome or a drum machine. The guitar sound, it's got, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay to it, so it's not a dry sound, which certainly makes the guitar sound better when you're listening to it. More entertaining to listen to. May not be the best idea for an instruction thing because you want everything to come across really clear, but some of the repeating things in the book where he'll have like a line and then the repeat stuff there. One thing I've said before is I'd like it better if there was an actual clear-cut note you end on, like after the repeat, like maybe the first note of the phrase, which he sometimes does in his demonstration on things. So like maybe slow, he won't put in the final note. He won't put in the resolve note. But at the faster speeds, he will put in the resolve note. So there are a little bit of inconsistencies as far as like what you see in the book versus what you hear him do. Very minor. I think most people could probably pick up on the fact he's hitting just that one extra note and be able to find it pretty fast. The sweep picking stuff, that was... Most of that stuff was played basically like full speed. And I can hear, like on the barred things, or like where you're rolling the finger. There were chords coming through. Like it wasn't all, every note was not 100% separated. He's playing it fast enough, like most people aren't going to tell, but I could hear little chords happening there. Every now and then on some of the stuff he played, I hear like an open string, like the G string and the B string creep through, which is, hard to get rid of. It was interesting to me because, like, they allowed that to be the final recording. That's the one that they took. That's the one they accepted. And I wonder how much of that had to do with limitations in the studio. So, interesting to me. So yeah. And blasted on. Well, the other one, it's sitting here. But the thing jack is getting, it just keeps crapping out on me. So I'm like, meh. Switch over to this one, which does feel great. I do need to make a tiny adjustment on how the springs are, because I think I'm getting a little bit too much buzz. Like, I think that whammy bar's got to come down just a little bit. The tremolo system there, the bridge. I'm getting quite a lot of fret buzz down here on like the 5th fret area. And before changing anything with the neck, I'd rather just try and dip the, adjust the tremolo system a little bit more and see if that takes care of it. But it is a good guitar. I do like it. So yeah, there we go. I just need the time to take the dang thing in. Just have one car, which I don't have access to most times now, and then, almost a non-stop schedule. So, yeah. Feels like I got my foot on the gas pedal from the moment I wake up till the time I go to bed. It's exhausting, but whatever. Working towards stuff. Scoot this out the way a little bit. Okay. So we're continuing with the rhythm section in here, and I believe we are down to example 149. So the last thing was at the end of last week's stream, covering off beats with 16th notes, which, well, I won't get into a whole lot on my complaints with the rhythm stuff. And it's, yeah, there's a lot left out in terms of rhythm being taught in a thorough manner. He does have, Troy Stetina does have books out covering metal rhythms and whatnot, which I'll probably get and do run through, work throughs like I'm doing on that, and see how those specific rhythm books are, and see if they're laid out in a more structured way. But yeah, let's get into these things. So he's got, let's see, let me go through this offbeat thing again, so we can continue on with these next things here a little bit better, I don't know. Anyway, and then Tristan, yesterday you started learning Prokofiev, Dance of the Nights on guitar. I don't know that one, but I was gonna say, should I listen to it? I would imagine you'd say yes. Alright, so yeah, obviously he's basically going through like these rhythms here, where he has kind of like teaching 4/3 polyrhythm. So these things are going to be like, yeah. Well, here's what the first example is. So we got, I'm going to play a little bit different, so we're not hearing the open string all the dang time. And then the next example, and next example. And the next example. So that's basically what it gets into. And then he says here, the above rhythm is very common. Listen to the rhythm guitar track after the solo in Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven for a classic example. Isn't that too loud there? So yeah, it's doing a what and a four and. And then exercises 149, 150, and 151 are similar to the exercises above, but they use notes only on one string. So, I wonder what he means by that, though. Because 149 here... I mean, is he talking about where you accent the open B string? So, like, I wouldn't say that's the same rhythm, or even a similar one, unless you're talking about the accent of the B string. But I don't think anyone's going to really be thinking that. Like, doing like the what, and the missed the string. Like, no one's really going to be thinking about that when they're learning how to play. So, yeah, he's just kind of building up into that last riff there. So, example 149, we have... Example 150. And then 151 again. Which I do not think is the same as... Yeah. Tristan, you said it's Romeo and Juliet's Act 64, you think. Oh, I'll know it. Maybe. I'll see if I remember to listen to it after I finish teaching after this. JD, hey John, would you recommend that someone pick up this book? Do you think there are better speed building books to pick up instead? I mean, there's good stuff in here. There's a lot of patterns and whatnot. Like, you can definitely get good things out of this, because anytime you learn something you are unfamiliar with, you are improving, right? There's some things in the book I do really like, which is advice that I give people. And that is... start slow, make sure it sounds correct, and gradually push the speed, making sure it sounds as good as possible. Well, basically sound perfect along the way, because only perfect practice makes perfect. And he's really big on that, which is great to hear. Some of his approaches on like how to troubleshoot a part of a song you're having difficulty with, where basically his advice is, like, if you have something like you're picking everything and your fingers are always moving, like, well, you need to just do hammer-ons and pull-offs from nothing on its own, and then also just do the picking pattern without the notes on that on its own, and then end up merging the two. And like the way he kind of went about it is like, yeah, I kind of see the logic behind it, but I don't think it's going to apply to a lot of things. And having that be like the one approach to everything is like, it's not always going to work that way. Depending on what it is you need to break down in order to build up the speed, it's going to depend on what it is. like what's exactly causing the problem? Where are you having a problem within the riff? Like, I don't know. There's a lot more nuance to it than just like here's the one way to do it and that's it for everything. It's a way to do some things, but not all of it. As far as like other finished books on building speed, I don't know of any. Now, of course, you got my Metronome Method book, which is free, and that goes over all the principles on how to use the metronome to build things up, all kinds of plateau breaking ideas. Of course, I am working on speed training programs, not really instruction courses, but training programs on like things that progressively get more and more difficult. When, where to start, how to find out where you start, and things like that. It's all in the works right now. And what is available, you can check out for free for a week. Of course, if you want to stay on with Patreon to see that stuff, it's $5 a month. And this way, the more people that sign up for it, the more basically I can afford the time to dedicate to finishing that stuff. So I got speed and tremolo picking stuff, like the first draft finished right now. It covers all 6 strings, string changes, up the strings, down the strings, up and down the strings, single string stuff, 16th notes, 8th note triplets, how to practice the stuff, when to move on to the next steps, things like that. And then currently working on finishing up the legato training program. The ridiculous amount of steps in that, but got guitar profiles for everything. Drums are in the tracks as well, so you can play along with that. There's even a video up on how to use Guitar Pro to maximize your practice with that stuff. So even though I don't have videos for everything out yet, you can at least use Guitar Pro to follow along that way. Videos will be made eventually for it, where I'm demonstrating everything, demonstrating the testing speeds, because that's a part of figuring out what step to work on. You have testing speeds. It's like, okay, do you need to work on this step? If you can play these testing speeds, no, you don't. Just move on to the next and the next, and then until you find the step that you can't do the testing speeds on, and then there you go. That's what you focus on. And then after the legato training program is finished being written, this is just getting the tabs and everything put together, then it'll be merging the two. So you got the picking pretty much done. I'm sure I'm going to add more to it and add some tweaks and whatnot to improve it, and it's going to be polished up for years to come, basically. So nothing's set in stone, which is a limitation that, we had back in the day, where you had to have it, in print, and you can't just update stuff whenever you want. But now we can, which is really nice. Anyway, so it's not a bad book to have. There's a big frickin' jump in difficulty spikes for a lot of things. The sweep picking, I don't recommend the book to learn sweep picking. There's a guy I've seen, I can't remember his name, I need to look it up, I want to go through his program. It's like somebody who played Jason Becker's Tirana, or whatever the name of the song is. God, I have never heard anyone sweep so fast and clean before. I want to listen to his stuff, I want to go through his program, because he has a book out, I can't remember what it is, but he played that song in front of Jason Becker at his house. I don't know how long ago it was, but I just saw that and I was like, what the heck is this? Saw the video title. I'm like, what is this crap? And then I watched it, I'm like, holy shit. That dude's sweep picking is off the charts. So I'd imagine he's going to have a much more in-depth structured system. Like with the sweep picking in this one, it's just the difficulty spike is just way too much. Like, here's this fairly easy thing for sweeping. Here's another kind of easy thing. Now, here's insanely freaking difficult stuff. Good luck with it kind of thing. So, the book gives you ideas, kind of, it talks about the concepts well enough, but for me, especially after all the people that I've worked with and taught, it's not in depth enough to cover, a step by step process to help ease everyone from this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing. So I do want to use stuff in here, like some of these sequences that he has in there that I never thought of myself, and like some picking patterns I never thought of myself, and expand on it, because there is really good stuff in here. Is it perfect? No. Is there good stuff? Yes. Do I recommend getting it? Maybe. That I guess depends on what you would want to get it for. So there's my question to you. If you were, why would you want to get it? How about that? And Tristan, you say the training programs were a godsend. Very nice. Thank you. That's good to hear. All right, let's move on to the next thing. And then says, so that rhythm of like that polyrhythm based thing, doing that. It says, here are a few riffs based on this rhythm. So let's see. We got... See, like with this, I wouldn't even... I mean, I guess you can see why it would be based on that rhythm, but to me, this is just a different rhythm altogether. And then we got some bendy bits. Oh boy, hang on. Lord Potato's on a plane right now. Lord Potato cannot comment at the moment. Their powers are limited. I gotta examine this rhythm here a little bit more closely. So we got... Alright, so he's doing... 1, 1E, 2, and E, and... I think that's what it's supposed to be. Well, there you go. All right. This thing's acting funny. And then this next one, let's see. Got an extra buzzy now. What the hell? Looks like this thing sunk down even further. Oh, Lord. I wonder if doing those bends caused the tremolo system to get out of whack. Oh, good. More adjustments to make. Son of a bee. For Christ's sake. All right, let me take a closer look at this one without the metronome. It's kind of fancy at the end here. So we got 1 and 2 E. All right, that is a tie. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then that's... Okay. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and... that's that bar. So then this next part, we got C, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. How in the hell am I fucking that up? Okay, well, that's saying it's bending up to the 8th fret. That's hard to see. 1. Let's get to the metronome here. JD, thanks for the detailed answer. Just looking to build pick and speed more than anything else at this point. I'll go through the metronome method book instead. Probably has everything you need. It goes over all those principles there. So yeah, let me know if you need the link for that. Well, hell, I'll just post it now. I'll just go get it right now. And there it goes. As much as I harp on rhythm, rather embarrassing. I can't figure out the hell this one's supposed to frickin' be with this damn bend. So that's that part there. there. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, there you go. There's that riff. Shit. Alright, triplets offbeats. The next little topic there. It says, first, play exercise 154 to get the hang of the triplet rhythm. Alright. Let's do that. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Exercises 155 and 156 build an offbeat rhythm in triplets. Then exercise 157 leaves out the unaccented notes. All right, so number 155 here. 156 is 1 and a 2 and a 3. Hang on. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And then we have this rhythm is 3 evenly spaced notes in 2 beats, 3 across 2 polyrhythm. If we let the notes ring instead of play rests, we have a quarter note triplet. Ooh, which I screwed up and didn't. I skipped one. Hang on, 157 first. So we got 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. All right, now this one. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2, 3 and 4 and. Way to go, missed the damn string. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 1 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and. All right. Rhythmic sequencing exercises. Another technique to help you get a feel for various offbeats is rhythmic sequencing. That is, you play a sequence, but you play it in a different rhythmic grouping than the note pattern suggests. For example, exercise 159 uses a sequence in groups of 4 notes that are played over a rhythm of triplets. Listen to the cassettes and notice the rhythmic feel. Well, we won't be doing that. So that's basically it's this. And then I guess that's part's just an example. So with the triplet feel though. Exercise 160 uses a sequence in groups of 6 played over 16th notes. Let's see. Let's see what the notes are first. All right, so let's see. Change it a little bit there on that one. Okay. shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the following exercises, first play the notes in their natural groupings as above, then try it with the timing written. This technique can be applied to practically any exercise to make it more interesting to play. Try playing the notes in their natural groupings as above, then try it with the timing written. I'm not quite following what he's got in mind here. As above, but then he has like a totally different group of things here. Like, what the heck? Alright. Oh, is he trying to say, is he not even explaining what's happening on the next thing? Okay, maybe he's trying to say do it like this. Like going, something like that. Play it as its natural grouping, so like group of 6, or in that case group of 3, and then do it across the 16s. Yeah, that's certainly a way to do it. Alright, let's check out this next one. Let's see the notes first. So 161. Oh God. Why do you have to go put it there like that? Well, that's a different pattern. Because it would feel like you want to do it in groups of 2. Okay, he flips it around like that. Now the triplet way. And then this next example, 162. Triplet way. There we go. All right. Fine ideas. Special cases. One would say I'm a special case. In exercise 163, a triplet is played on each quarter note triplet Oh, this is the next one coming up. Okay, got it. In exercise 163, a triplet is played on each quarter note triplets. I see what he means. Making a total of 9 notes evenly spaced in 2 beats. It can be showing 2 different ways of writing it. Basically like a 9 to 8 polyrhythm thing right there. But feel the beat like this. Oh boy. Yeah, that's rhythmically funky, isn't it? Alright, let's see. I see he's just showing, writing out 2 different ways, same way I do with the students. So he's got 2. That way. Oh, there, you're not supposed to palm mute it? Two, three, four. It's basically just 5 notes per click is what's happening there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, not that. Ooh, boy, that's funky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. No. He's going. Oh boy. Sounds better palm muted. Yeah, he has only part of it palm muted there. Oh man, that's freaking hard. Jesus Christ, I've never done this one. Never done this kind of rhythm like that. Holy crap. That's freaking hard. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm trying to think, how the hell would I even teach that one? It would need to be broken down into something else, because like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Because you basically have like your regular triplet. Quarter note triplets. You're like. So the way he's got this here, okay, gotta somehow do space that is 3, and I'm so used to doing like a 2, because if you keep the pick going, God, that's freaking weird, because you gotta keep that metronome in mind. This is must be boring as shit to watch this part, but man, is this a brain teaser. Big time. Holy crap. Like, see, this is an example. It would be nice to have some kind of build up to it. I might need to work on my own here for this, because being able to feel that out is fucking odd. Because that's when I'd be doing the picking. Yeah, I can't do it. I need to hear it. I need to figure out some way to math that out, because that is fucking odd. Like, I can see it, I understand what it looks like, but being able to space it out like that is freaking bizarre. As you're basically trying to do space 9 notes out across 2 beats. So the quarter note triplet's already weird enough, but then taking each time that the quarter note triplet would hit, and then splitting that up into 3 parts itself. I understand what he's talking about. I cannot figure that out at the moment. I would need to actually write something out to try and figure the whole thing out. That is freaking weird. So yeah, see, you have difficulty spikes in this book that are just like, boom. So he gives you other stuff to help you get the hang of some, and they are complex rhythms, and then all of a sudden that is just a pow, like, I don't know, needs a lot to be desired on that. I'd have to really brainstorm how to really figure things out, and I don't have time to do it now. Let's try and get at least a little bit more playthrough here. I'll have to come back to that, because yeah, I've never done that specific rhythm before. That's a whole new mathematic ass whooping. Exercise 164 is even more challenging. Oh, for God's sake. We'll see. What the hell? Yeah, it might be. First, a rhythm similar to 148 is shown in this. What the hell is 148? No, and in the second measure of the lick, this rhythm is picked, but in each space of 3 tied 16th notes, there are 4 evenly spaced notes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play that without listening to it. There's another rhythm I've never seen before. What in the hell? It's even using a rhythmic marking on here. I don't know if it was made just for this book, because I have never seen that anywhere else either. The first measure is there just to get you into the feeling of a 16th note subdivision so that you will hit the full effect of this new rhythm. It sounds as though all the notes are just crammed in there, but somehow they make sense and come out in perfect time. Oh, lordy lord. He's even got a group of 5 notes in one beat at the end of this beat. We're into that first bar. Jesus Christ. 1 beat and 2 8. Tristan, are we using the precision mini pick? Precision one, yes, it is the mini, but it's green. So the blue one, well, there's two blue ones. Well, I guess it's a little bit different. So that's like the regular one, the regular size one. I don't know why, I just got gravitated towards the smallest one. And the first one I tried was this guy, the XL, which has a nice sharp point on it still, looks like. Yeah, for some reason, this tiniest one I just felt like had the most control over. Yeah, I'm hooked on the damn thing. I'm sold. Alright, well, let's see if I can get this one bar. This is becoming embarrassing. Can't play shit. Yeah, what? Man, that's a math equation right there. Good goddamn. Looks like he throws in a tap note once again. Holy hell. I'm curious if he's actually playing to a metronome on these examples too. I'll have to listen to that. Good God. Cause yeah, that's... What the frick would that? It'd be a... Jesus Christmas Krispy Kreme Christ. Yeah, that's another one I'm gonna have to sit out, like try and mathematically work this freaking thing out. I kinda want to, just so I can actually be able to play something that freaking ridiculous. Cause that's ridiculous. I understand what he's talking about doing, but I can't do the freaking math equation without writing it out. My brain won't, it can't do it. I understand what he's talking about, but I can't hear it. I can't feel it out. It's way too new and way too weird. Definitely worth getting that pack. And it's so cheap too. Well, frick. I guess now's a good enough time to wrap it up. Didn't get too far in this one today, did I? Good Lord, that's absurd. See? The difficulty spikes in here. Ungodly. Oh well. Well, the next thing coming up will be Other Rhythms, the shuffle rhythm. A swing or shuffle rhythm is common to blues and blues-oriented rock, but isn't limited to only those styles. Many tunes by Stevie Ray Vaughan use a shuffle rhythm, but so does Satch Boogie by Joe Satriani, I'm the One and Beautiful Girls by Van Halen, and Smokin' by Boston, just to name a few. In a shuffle rhythm, the upbeat falls on the third note of the triplet, instead of exactly halfway between downbeats, as in a straight eighth note rhythm. And then he explains what the symbol here means. And yeah. Alright, we're going to finish with his first example of the shuffle. And then that's going to have to be it. So just... Here we do it faster than that. That much. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Passed it on, practicing chromatic scales on an 8 string. I do not have an 8 string, and I highly doubt I'll ever get one. Of course, I said that about a 7 string, and here I have one. Well, there we go. The guy who's all big on rhythm can't play some of these rhythms. Well, look at that. See, you can always learn new stuff. Shit is complicated. Maybe I'll finish going through the book, come back, and try and decipher those rhythms, so I can actually play the dang thing. Because that is wild. Really weird. Just wonder how the heck I would actually... I want to try and figure out how I could create something to help others be able to figure that out. That's a puzzle. That's a puzzle. All right, well, that's it for this week. Thank you, everybody who came on. And same time next week is the plan. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or Pacific Time Zone. Does it need to say standard? I have no idea. Just jump to the 9 string. Oh, God. Muting that must be a freaking nightmare. I think my wrist would break if I did that. Anyway, there we go. Good luck with the chromatics. Again, thank you everybody who came on and who watched the archive stream. And that's it. See you all again next week. Yes, and if rhythm sucks, everything sucks. That means I suck.